Rainey is now within 2 wins of
First 2 tests and had the series wrapped up, returning to Sydney for the final match. Could the Kiwis salvage something out of the 3rd test? Steve Rebillard has the story.
The Australian lineup was considerably changed from the 2nd test, with Tom Raudonikis coming in at halfback, Greg Pearce into the 2nd row, and an entirely new front row in Craig Young, Max Krilich and Rod Morris. The notable change to the New Zealand 13 was the inclusion of a man known to Norths fans, Fred Arcoy, on the wing. The Kiwis began with much more purpose than in the first 2 tests, and fullback Bruce Jordan put them 2-0 up after 5 minutes. Here's a rule rarely enforced in the 90s. New Zealand players offside at the dropout and a gift 2 points to Mick Cronin.
Right in front of the post. So it's Mick Cronin attempting the penalty for Australia, and that levels the scores at 2-all.
The revamped Australian pack was playing with little cohesion, and when the bomb went up, Jordan emerged with a 3-pointer.
Good and high. Coming down on the Australian line, it's anybody's ball. Jordan! And Jordan has scored for New Zealand. A try for New Zealand, the first of the match, and New Zealand leads by 5 points to 4.
An expressionless Frank Stanton must have been feeling slightly ill when Jordan converted his own try.
And he's kicked it, and it's 7 points to 4 in favour of New Zealand.
Australia's best play of the half came right on the siren. Mick Cronin's centering kick was a good one, but Bobby Fulton had been pulled down in back play, and Cronin went on to kick his 5th penalty of the half. Australia went to the break leading 10-7.
And a penalty, yes, a penalty. Fulton was tripped.
New Zealand began the second half as they did the first. Mark Graham a brilliant offload to O'Hara, and they were back in front 12-10.
Ball away, and New Zealand's over. It's a try for New Zealand, scored by the winger O'Hara. O'Hara in for New Zealand, and it's 10-all.
A good try to New Zealand there, and again they've kept it up. Full marks to them for being able to come back here. Now there's some poor Australian defence here on that blind side, and Graham does very well, gets through it. That one-handed right-hand pass, O'Hara picks it up and he's in. That's a good New Zealand try.
The New Zealand fullback attempting the conversion, which could put New Zealand in front, and he's kicked it.
How long, though, could New Zealand maintain their new intensity in defence? Only a brilliant covering tackle stopped the runaway Neville Glover.
Cover defence coming across, it's Jordan in a great tackle, taking the winger over the touchline, close to halfway.
Finally, Rod Reddy pierced the New Zealand front line, and skipper Bob Fulton was at his shoulder.
Found a gap. Into New Zealand's half, he's got support. That's Fulton, and Fulton, he's going to the line. Arcoy is giving chase, but Fulton will score. Fulton's over underneath the black dot for an Australian try, and it's 14-13 in favour of New Zealand.
2 tackles after the kick-off following Fulton's try, Raudonikis, Pearce and Bosted produced what seemed so easy in the 2nd test, but had taken 60 minutes to find in the 3rd.
That's Bosted, and they won't catch him. It's going to be another Australian try. Bosted scores. Arcoy in a great chase there, but Bosted scores and increases the lead to 18-14.
A few minutes later, Greg Pearce waltzed through a yawning gap in a sleepy defence, and Australia had the test in safekeeping.
And Pearce has found the gap again, and that's Dorahy, and Dorahy's going to score. It's another Australian try, 23 points to 16.
The Kiwis had run out of puff. Smart work from Bosted, Rogers and Price led to a try that Greg Pearce certainly deserved.
That went through Rogers, but it was an off-back. This is Bosted. Caught by O'Hara, but he got it inside. Now it's Rogers again. Price back in the attack after being injured, and he's got support, and that's a try by Pearce. Pearce over for Australia to increase the lead, 28 points to 16.
Straight from the next kick-off, the New Zealand defence was again exposed. Hooker Max Krilich bobbing up between Rogers and Fulton.
Taking it this time, and that's down to Rogers, and Rogers almost right through. That's Krilich backing up, and he's got support inside. It's Fulton, and Fulton will score. Graham won't catch him. That's a try by Fulton, a try from the kick-off by Australia, and it's 33 points to 16.
The end couldn't come soon enough for the tourists after they'd started the game so well. 33-16 it stayed, and a 3-0 series win for Australia.
Australia beating New Zealand in 1978, a great Australian side with Bobby Fulton playing so well as always, and a Kerry Bosted who learnt to sidestep around the cowpats up there in North Queensland.
Well, apparently so. They used to do that up there in Queensland. I used to